We can meet RuPaul there.
Just based on your entrance, how are you guys feeling right now?
I saw a dinosaur costume.
That was
sick.
I'm like, yo, that's just
crazy.
I want to see that again.
Man, I've been here before for like comic conventions. This is a much chiller vibe. There's actually a real, not extra vibe right here, which is cool.
Yeah, this is a lot better than Anime Expo, right?
Yeah.
Y'all are so straight, it's not even funny.
So, I got this crazy idea. I'm gonna put a basketball on my head, and then I'm gonna use a jersey, but like a Kobe jersey, and wrap it like a turd.
Okay. You know, I would recommend you to just rethink this because I think that's not really what the challenge is about. But because you were in the bottom last week, but I know that you can do it. Okay. Thanks, Leo. I thought you guys were kind of rude in the last challenge. Are you two listening to me?
Yeah. Oh, we heard you. Yep. I like when people bring their kids here.
Start them young.
Tolerance and acceptance and empathy.
And capitalism.
Yeah.
But what I've realized and what I've come to learn is that some of that negativity is not, even though it's about, the comment is about me, it's about Blair St. Clair, it's not about me. That shit is on them. It's their shit that they're projecting onto me. I can't go to bed and put my head on my pillow, taking other people's woes and problems and worries onto my life.
Thank you!
You guys have a good time?
Yeah, that was an awesome panel.
Terribly amazing time.
Lots of this.
So interesting how there's like so many straight presenting girls. It's like a cosplay convention for them, or like it's just like an opportunity to get nice.
Very wholesome and just like, I just want to support you and show that I care.
Right.
Picture.
Yeah. I'll take 10 of these.
Oh yes, I did.
Chad.
No, it's not.
I'm just a lad. It's just a tad bit silly how we're chilling on this lad. Whoa. Put a basketball on my head. Yeah, this is Drag Race, baby. This is Drag Race, baby. Got the Kobe jersey. Put it in a turban. That's an inside joke. Like the inside of an egg yolk. Boom, boom. That's how we crack it open. Boom, boom. Stuff that egg against the hard surface. Then you break it into a frying pan. That's how you scramble
We're
an
in
egg.
public right now, guys.
That's how you scramble an egg. Yeah, stand up on your leg. And then you crack that egg. Just say what's up.
Okay, you guys are done. You're cut off. You're cut off. We're nearing the end of our time here. How do you guys feel?
The panel we went to was really awesome. What was it called?
Tweet love. So it's just about like how to deal with like online hate and trolls, and I was telling Leo too. It's like it goes beyond just the drag community. That conversation is so relevant just in our ever-growing digital world. So it was really cool. And yes, I was saying it transcends, but also seeing like how the drag community, that niche pocket community deals with it. I think that was really cool.
Yeah, it was very humanizing and relatable. I think that was personally the highlight for me.
For me, this is the first time, you know, that I've interacted with like the drag community, and that's been really cool because I was talking with Chris and saying how it's actually a very wide spectrum of people that showed up here. You know, like I would definitely say the least represented is not a good word here. The least present community is like straight guys, but I'm seeing like everything from like a whole variety of people, from straight presenting girls all the way to like people in very, very strong drag, and it seems like a place for people who feel like they can't express themselves to just come and have fun. It seems like a safe space aside from this convention center. So cool.
Piggybacking off of that, when Jason was saying like the least represented might be straight guys, what was really cool to me, what I saw very highly represented was the number of family members that were here. Like you just see like tons of people in drag and like just following them around, like their parents like taking photos and everything, and I just think that's such an amazing vibe, and the whole community here. I mean, you can just tell that this is, for drag enthusiasts, this place is a safe haven for them to completely be out and proud and just to really showcase what they got. And for us and for me to even be a little part of that, I think is so great. Just to kind of like have my own little impact and like help in this community, I think is very empowering. And it's really great to be a part of that.
Yeah, I think Jason was mentioning earlier, like when we were in lines, that everything's very orderly, everyone's very nice, and I think he made the comment that, wow, in a world without straight guys, it's pretty organized and nice and civil.
Yeah, like people aren't rushing anywhere, people aren't pushing anyone. It's actually a very family vibe.
Yeah.
And that's what they keep on like emphasizing, the tribe, right? And that's what it's called. Like, this is the tribe IRL, and even the panel that we went to, they stressed and emphasized that, you know, like, oh, they don't see us as fans, we're all a family, and I think that sentiment really, really carried through, and it's been very prevalent throughout the day.
Yeah, especially during the panel when, I think, Asia?
Oh, Aja.
Yeah. When she was talking about when fans made that binder for her, and she was like, oh, they're here, and like called them out individually by name. So it wasn't just like, oh, you guys are my family, which I feel like can sometimes be a fake
100%.
kind of thing.
Totally.
But I think at that moment, at least, especially calling them out individually by their names.
Yeah, like by each.
Like unless they were plants. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like.
You know, I've been thinking a lot about pop culture and pop stardom, and it feels like being a drag queen seems like a very authentic path towards becoming a pop brand, as opposed to, right, like I think a lot of pop brands from record labels or from Disney Channel or whatever, it's very manufactured. And the irony is that here it's so overtly manufactured, but that almost in a lot of ways makes it more authentic. They're actually human beings, as opposed to like Selena Gomez. Man, I don't know shit about Selena Gomez. There's so much access to their fans.
If you watch The Voice or America's Next Top Model or something like that, or American Idol, most likely the people that you get attached to, you're probably gonna forget about them. Most likely they fade into obscurity, right? Whereas like over here, it feels like no matter where you place, you will probably like find more success and like really find people that will support you.
Like that overnight success.
Yeah, exactly.
And I wonder where it's gonna go, you know, because I feel like YouTube was like that, right? Like 10 years ago, like the wave one YouTube vloggers, they were like that. But then around like 2012, 2013, it became very artificial, right? Like,
right.
So you get like your Jake Pauls and Logan Pauls who like, they might as well not be human beings.
Right.
And it feels like right now drag is still very humane. And I wonder if, you know, if it continues to be a commercial force, like, will it lose that soul? Or will it still retain it because it's based in, like, you know, oppression and marginalization?
This is all great. Can you go through like just the other moments really fast? Like, what were you feeling when you first walked in, real quick?
I was feeling excited. I've never been to a con actually, so it's just kind of like the first experience into the con world. I was very excited. It's so colorful and vibrant here. Like LA today has kind of been gray and gloomy. It's not the best day, but you come in here and like everyone's dressed to the nines. You got so much color. It's just aesthetically, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I think I was expecting to be just like punched in the face with color and vibrancy and energy, but I actually think I like that when I went in. It wasn't so immediate that it was kind of like, oh, okay, we're in here, it's cool, let's check out the directory, see what there is. I felt kind of eased into it.
Right, like you didn't feel like, oh, like I'm so out of my element, right? Like you felt like, okay, yeah, this is.
Yeah, I felt comfortable.
Yeah,
it's my first con, con as well.
And I've been to a couple of conventions here actually. My girl, shout outs to Yuka. She used to run Stan Lee's Comic Con here. For real, the first thing I felt when I walked in was actually very peaceful. Like legit, Comic Cons and shit, man, it's too crazy. It's packed out. People are getting real extra, real loud. A bunch of us were just at this Asian American concert last night, and she was just hectic, man. But it actually is very chill here. Even when people see a celebrity or a star, they get excited, but they're not like flipping out.
Yeah.
And they're respectful too. They're not like going up to them like driving like, oh, let's take a selfie. They're like, oh my god, hi Asia. I was like, whatever. Okay, we saw Asia earlier. I feel like like this, the staff definitely also helps out with that. Everyone has the big ask me signs. Like the first time my wristband was way too tight, and like they helped me out with that super easily. Chris lost his media pass, and like they helped him out with that as well. Like it's just
that would not happen in another con.
No, exactly. So it's all like fostering a very like nurturing, supportive, and helpful community, both within like the staff, the helpers, the volunteers, the attendees, and the talent as well. It's very, very good vibes.
Yeah.
Good vibes. What was it like meeting Monique?
I almost didn't want to talk to her too much. I think that's why it was nice to go to the panel where I don't have to have this one-on-one. I don't have that many things to say to them.
Yeah.
So much that it doesn't need to be a conversation. I just want to hear more from them in an out of TV context. Yeah, seeing Monique was really good, but it was pretty quick.
To us now, she's like a full-fledged celebrity. We've been watching her for like for the last 8 weeks.
Yeah.
It's cool to see them out of like my small little laptop screen in person. She was really nice. I mean, we didn't really talk much. All she said was like, "Hey, handsome, like let's take a photo." I was like, "Oh, I'm handsome." So
thank you, Monique.
it was great. I wanted to make it like a jab, but then I kind of like chickened out at the very end. I was like, would that be weird?
I told her that we liked your laugh.
Oh, okay. So you said it first.
And what'd she say? What'd she say?
She said, "Oh, thank you."
Jason, you made this really interesting observation about like when you have a booth like that, you kind of become the product. Can you talk a little bit more about what you were thinking?
With my background as a musician, right? Like I'm very used to doing the show and then standing at the booth and selling products. Basically, I think it's very interesting how like it feels like there's a very well-established route, like as a drag queen, to monetize it. All the queens, they got their pins, lanyards, glossies, t-shirts, hoodie. And it's very interesting. You know, you get very excellent at this thing, there's this thing you love, and you get good at it. And then there's a very well laid out template at this point to turning that into like a product and a business.
Well, I'm not trying to like qualify you, but I think people are wondering like, oh, but is it dangerous of like feeling like this is like now I have to be valid, my work has to be validated by making it onto Drag Race, and if I don't make it, what am I gonna do?
And that's kind of what I'm saying with like hoping that this culture retains its soul versus like, you know, I think YouTube has lost its soul. Instagram been lost its soul. But you know, I think about rap and hip hop culture. There's some rap music that definitely is very commercialized, but there's also a flourishing underground rap community and industry. You can be underground and still be accepted, and that's still a viable path.
Yeah.
So I would guess that there's gonna be multiple pathways that evolve.
I think it's like with all forms of professional artistry, right? It's like just trying your best to work for yourself, improve yourself, as opposed to like you're working for the sole sake of getting exposure.
Yeah.
You know, in a way.
And I think that some people will always chase clout, but there's also always going to be people who see through that and realize that there's more. And that's just that's the cost of visibility, you know.
RuPaul's got such a monopoly on this whole
True.
community. Like, is there any other method or route so far that's worked for other drag queens?
Like when you do really well, like in a specific city, you have a good chance of getting into Drag Race or be invited to audition. Like that's how it happened with, you know, with a lot of the queens that came from New York on the show. All of them have kind of peaked in terms of like their popularity locally, so they auditioned. There's also an extremely flourishing and very great drag community in Chicago. There's one here. There's one in San Francisco.
And it's also not like there's like 50,000 people out there trying to be drag queens.
It's not saturated.
Yeah, right. Versus like, of course, like American Idol. But here I feel like there's a smaller pool to draw from.
I'm sure that the bar that you have to hop past is a lot higher because you have to be able to do everything as a drag queen.
Yeah. I mean, the quality of talent is still pretty good.
That's something that blows me away every week on the show when they pull out like a new challenge.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh shit, I guess that's also part of the toolkit.
Yeah. Anything else that you want to say before we stop?
We out here.
We out here. Thanks for bringing us out here, Chris.
No problem. It's my pleasure.
Thanks for introducing us to this bomb-ass culture.
Cool. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you guys next video.
Okay.